If you love something, let it go. That's crazy. If you love something, take it apart. This is a simple exercise that I really suggest you make a part of your ongoing creative process. Take movies and shows that you love apart. If you're just learning how to write scripts, this is an incredibly useful thing to do. But even if you're pretty experienced, it's amazing how helpful it can be. And honestly, I don't exactly know why it works, because the whole point of it is to pull the magic right off your favorite stuff. I suspect it's because while you do lose the passive magic of being an audience, it reconnects you with the getting your hands dirty empowerment of making art. Anyway, the point is, it works. So let's get down to it. First, very important, I am not talking about studying books or videos or podcasts where some expert takes it apart for you. Take it apart all by yourself. This is not as easy to do as it sounds. You can't just watch it over and over. You'll start to zone out. So start with this. Take a movie or an episode that you think is really good and type out a list of every scene. Hit pause every time a scene changes and write down what the scene you just saw was about. What was the central action? Essentially, make an outline of this movie or episode. Think in scenes. Okay, so once you have this list of scenes, go through the same movie or episode again. And again, choose a specific element to study each time through. Like, for example, story, or scene structure, or dialogue, or character, or set pieces, or exposition, or pace. Focus on the mechanics. Try to figure out what are the moving parts of this thing? What are the pieces? What's it made of? Like, if you want to take it apart for character, how do they make us see who these people are? How much do we learn from what the characters do, and how much from how they talk? How often do the characters actually say who they are? How often do other people describe them? Or when you're looking at dialogue, how much is subtext and how much is on the nose? Do they use short, choppy sentences or long, complete ones? Are there speeches? Where do they put them? How do they shape them? Type out some of the dialogue scenes in script format. Even if you have a copy of the script, take a good scene and type it out yourself. Get used to seeing that these magical moments are essentially the same basic crap you write. It's just words typed in an awkward, ugly format. Find a copy of the original script and compare it. Hit pause again and read each scene or sequence after you watch it. If the original script for the movie or episode that you want to analyze isn't out there on the internet, for this particular exercise, just search around, find one that you can compare, and do this with that. But find a real script. A lot of the PDF scripts that are out online are transcripts. One way that you can tell something is a transcript is if everything on the page is exactly like it is on the screen. There is not a movie or a show ever made where everything is exactly the same in the script as on the screen. Another useful way to tell is there's a date or many dates on the cover page. Plus, there's a cover page. A lot of transcripts don't have a cover page. That's pretty much a dead giveaway. Search around, do this a lot, compare a lot of scripts to finished episodes and movies. You'll find there's a format, but every writer uses it differently. Watch through and take note of all the things a writer can't control. The way an actor says a line, the edits, the choice of shots, the music, the locations, and production design. Try to separate the scripts from the finished product. Try to see how the shows and episodes that you love started as just a script. This doesn't only work with things you love, by the way. Try taking apart something you can't stand. Or do it with something that's a big hit that you just don't get. I have to warn you, this could lead to some grudging respect. And this is very, very, very important. You are not looking for a formula. You don't need to find universal rules. What you figure out does not have to be true of every movie and show. Nothing is true of every movie and show. You do this to figure out how a particular movie or show works and how that relates to what you want to do. And then you can steal, because you can't just steal. You can't just do what they did, but you can steal their method, their devices, their approach, their mechanics. And this works especially if you become Frankenstein. You use parts of different corpses. Well, stories. When you've broken it down like this, you can figure out your version of what they did. Now, taking art apart by itself will not teach you how to write. You still have to do your own work. But it does give you all these tools and tricks and cool ways to get things done. I know this is going to sound weird, but try to get out from under the spell of great work, because the magic is actually made out of pretty crude basic elements. Those same crude basic elements that you are working with. The script is so much less than the movie or show, and it's really important to get used to that. To get used to the very simple, limited tools that you're allowed to use in a script. Somehow or other, the magic is in them. Take some art apart and get used to seeing that the magic is made with just action and dialogue and your words on a page. All right, that's enough for now. Go write something. If you like this video and subscribe to this channel. Talk to me in the comments. I want to hear what you want to know. Ask me questions. Tell me what you think. And if you want to work with me on your project one-on-one, go to writingforscreens.com. Here endeth the lesson. Another useful yip. Another useful tip. Excuse me. But it gives you all the people who love people. Oh, that's copyright. Can't do that. Shh. I don't have enough outtakes for this episode. I've done this very well.